Welcome back into the Greenway Equipment Studios. Welcome into the Drive at 5. Jim Churchill and Mark Paulette with you on this Tuesday afternoon. You heard from Ian Rappaport right there. Doesn't expect this Patriots and Christian Gonzalez negotiation, if there is actually negotiation going on. It doesn't expect it to linger into the season. And then you heard Mike Vrabel on the Gonzo situation, saying it's unique and not tied to the most recent signing of an NFL cornerback. Witherspoon of Seattle signing for the grandest contract of all. Will Christian Gonzalez exceed that?
Yeah,
My guess is he will.
We know the numbers to beat. 132 overall, 33 annually, 101 guaranteed. That's what he is now waiting back and trying to beat. And as we've heard, played a soundbite from Tom Curran on yesterday's show. Got another one basically explaining the same thing, that Gonzalez wants to be paid a 27 premium and a 28 premium. He doesn't want to see that contract like Witherspoon is going to see, get one-upped here. Robert Kraft has never had to spend at top market value before, so this is the first time that
for anybody, including the greatest player of all time.
Exactly. This is the first time that someone's saying, nope, this is what I feel I deserve, and just based on how these things are structured, it's just whoever's the next up is the guy that gets the next biggest deal. Right now it happens to be Christian Gonzalez. Vrabel did say, I don't know if it was yesterday or if he was speaking today, that he expects him to play in the opener. The exact quote, I've never even considered anything other than that, unquote. Now, that's very much could just be coach speak. I think what's happening right now is that Vrabel and the team does have his back, because he came out for the first 3 weeks and had theirs. Mm-hmm. He was going about his business. He was trying to improve for the betterment of the team. Yep. Risky on his part. So now they're okay with sitting back, and you actually get into the playing portion of preseason, both in games and the joint practices, saying, you know, Christian, do what you need to do. Look out for yourself. We know what's going on here. If it doesn't get done before the regular season and he shows back up and just starts playing under the contract that he's under currently, I will be surprised by that, because that's just not how these things normally play out. When feelings get hurt, when someone starts feeling a certain type of way, if social media posts are being exchanged, or if you're hearing these little leaks through the media, it doesn't normally go back to just being resolved, but not having a resolution on the contract side of things.
So I'm sure it's happened. I just can't remember. It could have been an offensive lineman or something, but I don't remember a wide receiver. I don't remember a running back, and I don't remember a quarterback, even though he should have been the highest paid in the game. He wasn't. Have the Patriots ever had a position where they were paying the highest for that position in the game?
Yeah, Brady was throughout like parts of his career. He just never pushed it to try to like break the scale. He was always in line with whatever.
His highest was what, 25 or something?
Yeah, and that was his latter years in New England, when he was nowhere near the highest paid quarterback. This was back like right before,
but he was like 07. He was Brady.
Exactly.
All right, he's in a different category.
But
beyond that,
he could have said, well, the quarterback premium right now is $15 million, but I'm Tom freaking Brady. You're going to pay me $25, and we're going to rewrite how these contracts work, like we see guys doing now. He just always fell in line with whatever the previous high set was. He was like, okay, re-up me there, because we need to spread it around for the rest of the team.
Yeah, and it paid off in championships, you'd have to say. But, I mean, any other position that you can remember where the Patriots set the tone?
They've never had to, because Milton Williams right now owns the largest contract in franchise history, and it's $26 million a year.
Yeah. See, this is not a Bill Belichick thing. We've learned this over the last few years. This wasn't a Belichick thing. Now, look, I'm sure he wasn't interested in overpaying players, and he didn't want them, he didn't want to be paying them after they started the turn downhill. He certainly didn't want to do that, and he was very aware of that. But the whole penny pinching thing, that's a Kraft thing.
Bill was driving the bus, but Robert was sitting in that first chair behind him, and he was patting Bill's back, saying, you know what, this is fantastic. I'm loving the way that you are operating this thing.
I mean, in this case, they're either going to, and again, Robert Kraft, we want to give our coaching staff, we want to give Vrabel and our coaching staff and our team all the best tools and advantages to win and win big. I mean, this could get really bad if they don't step up. And in this case, they have to set the mark. Like, they have to.
Yeah, it's where they're backed into.
If I was advising Christian Gonzalez, every other cornerback who's signed in the last 2 years, the good ones,
Yep.
the all-pros, they have reset, where cornerbacks stand
Guys
in the
out of
pecking
his
order.
own class have already done it twice. McDuffie and now Witherspoon.
Right. So he's next.
Yeah.
He's next. They're going to have to do it. I mean, and whether or not, now, if he's asking for 37, 38 million, I'm leaning Patriots. If he's asking for 35.
Yeah, if the holdup right now is over like $1 million or $2 million,
Right.
that's when like you lose faith in
so
the
35
Patriots
would be 140. Guarantee what? 105, 110, whatever. I mean, that's what you have to do
It should be that simple
for a guy this good.
now that we know the numbers.
Right.
But as Adam Schefter, as we heard from Ian Rappaport right there, as others have said, they're not particularly close, and the gap isn't necessarily closing at all.
Wow. All right. We will see where it heads. Why don't we check in with Tom E. Kern on this impasse between the Patriots and their outstanding cornerback. He says, we're not touching the red line yet. So you mentioned McDuffie, you mentioned Witherspoon. Who's after Gonzo? And how long? I mean, he wants to be the guy, sounds like at least through next year. Who's the next cornerback who's up for a big contract? I mean, there can't be too many.
Well, I just typed in
There aren't that many great ones.
cornerbacks owed extensions, and the first thing that came up from Google AI is an IRS tax extension. So I think I have to let it know that I'm asking about the NFL here, NFL CBs. And now it's telling me about NFL
Isn't part of AI
markets.
intelligence?
That's supposed to be the second letter, and it's talking about an NFL 11-year, $105 billion media rights deal, which is nowhere near what I'm asking you right now. Yeah, so I don't know who that next guy is, but Christian Gonzalez is trying to build that cushion into his contract. Now, one signing that they did make today, the Patriots, bringing in a veteran offensive lineman, 36-year-old, who has barely missed any snaps over the last 3 years while being a starting guard, 2 years for the Giants, 1 for the Raiders. This guy, Greg Van Rotten, who I don't know what it says about my football fandom, where I'm at in my life with it, that I'm getting excited about offensive line depth additions. But I think this is a really sound move because this is kind of what this Patriot roster, at least I feel, lacks in a lot of areas, which is quality middle class behind your starters, because the offensive line could be a good unit this year where whether it's Campbell or Lomu or whatever falls into place at left tackle. Then you got Vera Tucker if he can stay healthy at guard. You got Wilson at center, Onwenu on the right side, and Moses at right tackle. But now you got 3 good backup guards who are starter quality level. Well, not 3. You got 2 potential starter quality levels, and then Ben Brown is your backup interior lineman, kind of your backup center there. But Lomu is a guy who a lot of people around this team right now, like beat writers, Taylor Kiles of CLNS Media, is trying to make the case that he should be your left tackle. And Campbell either slides down and then you figure out what to do with Vera Tucker and Onwenu. Like, do one of them become a slide tackle and you try to move it around? Or does Campbell just become a backup and you kind of have to eat the fact that you spent a 4th overall pick last year on potentially a 6th lineman?
Would he ever recover from that?
Because Lomu's 6'6", he's 315 pounds. He's
arms.
a mountain of a human.
His arms.
He's the picture of a left tackle. Exactly.
They're so
his
long.
Arms aren't there. There's not video of him just getting bull rushed.
Didn't hear anything about Lomu's arms.
Guys going right through his teeth to Drake May. Yeah. What I will say is I saw some context earlier this week. The Arizona Cardinals had a lineman by the name of, if I can find him here in our sheets, Chase Basantis, a rookie guard. He suffered the same exact injury that Campbell suffered last year, late in the season, torn MCL. This guy's out for the entire 2026 season. Will Campbell missed 4 weeks and then suited it up for the 4 toughest games of the season.
And it looked like it.
It did, but that does provide context as to why he looked like that, because he had 0 change of direction. He couldn't move side to side with a torn MCL. He could only go forward and backwards. And
think of the best left tackles.
Unfortunately, the defensive front knew that as well.
And again, the guy's he's a professional football player. He just may be in the wrong position. But think of the best left tackles.
Mountains of humans.
Yes. And when you look at Will Campbell out there on that left end just does not look like a left tackle to me.
Figure out the line for this team. I'm telling you, this offense, they're not going to be the Rams this year, but they're top 5 in the NFL. Like Drake May with the year 1 to year 2 jump that he made.
Write that down.
And now with some real weaponry around him, this is a top 5 offense. Defense.
We got to make some preseason predictions.
Oh, yeah. It'll be coming around because this season kicks off 3 weeks from tomorrow night.
Yep.
That's the opener in Seattle. So it is coming up on us. But, yeah, I'm thinking offensively, Patriots a top 5 unit. Defensively, they'll be solid, but we're getting back toward like the bend but don't break model of Bill Belichick years where you were banking on the offense, putting up 31 or 34 points on a weekly basis.
Yeah, that could be going back to that formula. Certainly worked. Speaking of football and speaking of things creeping up on us, the UMaine football season begins in 9 days. Black Bears will be taking the field against Towson next Thursday, and we'll have it for you right here on the ticket, the pregame show with Rich Kimball and Bob Lucy at 5:30, followed by the Black Bears taking on Towson. First 2 games for UMaine on the road, and then they're home for their home opener on September 12th. And we'll have most of the games here on the ticket, of course, with our obligations to the Red Sox and the Red Sox Radio Network. There will be 4 games, at least 4 games. We'll see how the Red Sox postseason goes, but there will be at least 4 games on our sister station, I-95, 95.7. Games 2, 3, 4, and 5 of the Maine football season will be on our sister station, again, I-95. But we'll have the season opener coming up next Thursday, again, broadcast time at 5:30.
2 months ago, we thought the Red Sox would have been out of the way by that point.
I actually said that to somebody.
You know what? I just noticed the date, August 18th. It is 2 months to the day since this season has turned around, because that was June 18th when they were a season worst, 14 under.
Games under 500. Wow.
2 months to the day, from 14 under to 9 over.
Yeah, I actually said that to somebody when I was discussing with them the UMaine schedule and the Red Sox, and I said, at least we don't have to worry about the Red Sox in October, but here we are. Red Sox in solid position for a postseason berth. The Drive brought to you by Heroes Sports Grill and Entertainment Center. Heroes is the place to be in downtown Bangor at heroesportsgrill.com. So no show tomorrow because unless there's a rainout at Fenway Park, but I don't think that's going to happen, as the Red Sox will be finishing up their 3-game series against the Diamondbacks. And what is that, a 3:10 broadcast time? I think it's kind of weird.
Because it's a 4:10 first pitch.
Yep. So 3:10 broadcast time, 4:10 the first pitch tomorrow afternoon. That'll be the final game of a 3-game set against the Diamondbacks. Will the Red Sox have already won this series with a win tonight, or will they be looking to end a 3-game series losing streak?
In the stretch of 4 straight interleague series, too, right now, because you got the Marlins coming to town after it.
So we got that coming up for you. But on Thursday, speaking of Hero Sports Grill and Entertainment Center, Aaron Jackson, who's been across the pond.
Fresh off the plane.
He says that. He gave me, I said, I need the 4th through the 19th, or I'll be away the 4th through the 19th. I said, all right, you're working the 20th. So we'll see. He's back.
Rolling out.
He's back on Thursday. Me and Aaron will be at Heroes. Mark will be here in the studio. So looking forward to catching up with Jackson on his travels to Scotland and Ireland, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Gallivanting around the Isles.
Will he have an Irish accent?
It wouldn't shock. That seems like a Jackson kind of thing to come back with a little bit of something he picked up.
Something, a little flair. All right. We will take another time out here. On the other side, we're going to play Tuesday Trivia. And again, the phone's lit up on our Red Sox ticket sweepstakes presented by Dunnett's Appliance and Service. But we're moving on to another contest here in the Drive at 5. We'll play some Tuesday Trivia for Zach Top tickets coming up in the next segment. So be ready for that.
Yeah, dial us up, 992-9029, Tuesday Trivia. I mean, just by getting through, you got a 25% chance to be at that concert coming up on the 22nd.
And very quickly talked about Maine football. This fall, it's time to pack the stands at Alphon Stadium. 5 home games. You can cheer on Maine football. Season tickets on sale now. They give you the best value and the best seats for every home game at Alphon Stadium. Visit goblackbears.com/tickets. And the other exciting thing, not only the game, Black Bear football, the tailgating, but you'll be able to watch over the course of those 5 games.
Yeah, just everything going up around
the
you.
Construction.
The field being enclosed slowly.
Happening in the new arena. So that's another reason to be up there for those main home football games. All right, we will step aside, and we'll be right back with Tuesday Trivia. We are back. Jim Churchill and Mark Paulette are going to go to the Heroes Hotline as we will play a little Tuesday Trivia with the winner, whoever it might be.
YouTube tells me we're listening to Zach Top right now.
Getting Zach Top tickets coming up on the 22nd.
Yeah, right around the corner.
Right around the
this
corner.
weekend.
So anyway, Chris from Hermon is on line 1. So he will start things. If he fails in question 1, or in the question, somebody else will jump. I'm thinking drive on here, Mark. For
Very
a minute.
simple. You either get it right or you don't get
That's
it
right.
right. And
If
we
Chris
go
fails,
until we get it.
and we go on, we will have a winner. And if somebody's listening intently, even if it takes 4 of them, we should be able to do it in a maximum of 4 callers. But Chris wants to do it.
Yeah, we've strung it out to 5 or 6 before.
As the leadoff batter.
We've made that 4 choice option go 5 or 6 a couple of times. But Chris, how you feeling after that lead up? You just boasting with confidence, beaming from the seams?
I didn't know who Zach Top was, so I'm not doing so well so far.
Oh, wow. Okay. Can you text your friends and just see if anybody knows of Zach Top and would want to go to this concert? I mean, we've been lighting up the lines for Zach Top tickets.
Well, I'd go. I just, I'm not familiar with him. But,
okay.
Just looking for something to do this
that'd
weekend.
be kind of cool, though. You don't know what you're getting into. Yeah. Just stay away from all Zach Top music and just experience it for the first time live.
And we should say, for all those out there listening who want to get in, 207-992-9029, the number to dial. But the question for you, who was the last Red Sox hitter to hit a home run in the playoffs? They were there last year, but did it happen? Who was the last Red Sox hitter to hit a home run in the playoffs? Roman Anthony, Trevor Story, Nate Eaton, or J.D. Martinez?
Oh, wow.
Had 3 games against the Yanks last year, right?
Yep.
Yeah. I think I remember Nate Eaton doing pretty well last year, but I don't know if he hit a home run or not. And they weren't the strongest offensive team. I'm going to go Nate Eaton. Why not?
Nate Eaton, taking a swing at Nate Eaton.
And he doesn't connect.
He did do pretty well. He featured, I think he might have even hit leadoff in the first playoff game, but no home run for Nate.
We should have known then it would end pretty soon.
Nothing for Nate.
Chris the Stone Man comes up short in Tuesday Trivia.
992-9029. Now a 33% chance to get your hands on a pair of Zach Top tickets for this weekend on the waterfront. Last Red Sox hitter to hit a home run in the playoffs. Off to line 2. Who's this?
This is Joe.
Joe, where are you checking in from?
I'm from Dexter.
All right, Joe.
Dexter.
33% chance. Who do you think the last Red Sox player to hit a postseason dinger was?
What are the 2 options that are left?
Well, there's 3, so I like you trying to eliminate one of them.
I know it's not Eaton because that one was wrong.
Okay.
J.D. Martinez, Trevor Story, or Roman Anthony, the other 3 names out there.
Well, let's go with Story.
Go with Trevor Story, he says.
Ooh,
And
Joe.
he connects. Joe makes connection and wins those Zach Top tickets. The Red Sox hit 1 home run in last postseason. It was by Trevor Story in the top of the 6th of Game 2 against the Yankees in that wild card series.
Yeah. I've been down on him for a couple of years, but it seems like he's always, every time I'm down on him, he comes to the front. So.
Well, please keep being down on him because he might be back by Friday, so we need him to be producing.
So. Great. Well, awesome. Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
So, Joe, Chris was not, I can't say he's not a Zach Top fan. He just wasn't
aware of the
Wasn't
man.
aware of Zach Top. Are you aware of Zach Top? And if so, what's your favorite song?
I'll find out when I'm there because I've never heard of him either.
That's a great answer.
Jeez.
But I'll tell you what, I'm excited to go and experience something new. I think
There you go.
We're making Zach Top fans is all we're
I'm
doing.
guessing you're going to emanate from the waterfront as a Zach Top fan. That's my guess.
We'll hit the Seasons, and we'll go right across the road.
All right, there you go. Have fun, Joe.
Just hang on the line for me so I can get your info and get those tickets over to you.
Absolutely. Thank you.
All right. There's Joe from Dexter, a winner in Tuesday Trivia. Now, Mark, we have one more pair, right, tomorrow morning?
Yeah, the Roast is giving that away
Roast
tomorrow
will give
morning.
away one more pair of Zach Top tickets coming up tomorrow morning. The drive brought to you by Premium Choice Broadband. Premium Choice Broadband, a local family-owned company bringing affordable high-speed internet to Maine for over a decade. Call or email and mention PCB the ticket to get one free month. For new residential customers, visit premiumchoicebroadband.com for details. We're also brought to you by Dean's Detailing, the leader in auto detailing for over 55 years. Renew your vehicle's appearance, protect your auto investment, look good and feel good in a clean, shiny car. Book your appointment at deansdetailing.com. And we're brought to you by Fat Panda Boba Tea and Market on Harlow Street in Bangor. Sip fresh boba tea, explore snacks, ramen, and their tasty Jamaican patties. And don't forget the Ticket social media channels for all things The Ticket and Ticket TV. 929 The Ticket on Facebook, 929 The Ticket on Instagram, sports.net.maine on TikTok, and our YouTube page, Sportsnet Maine. All right, a quick update in the Sox Props standings. The drive, looking up at the morning roast, the roast currently at 35-30. Mark, that does not look like you're writing over there, so it looks like some Marcus action.
It's updated in the morning.
So the drive at 29-27, some work to do, and the roast taking the money line on the Red Sox in tonight's game against the Diamondbacks.
Going with the dub, going for the series victory is the morning roast. Now, I've actually got some research for a prop tonight if we want it, which is very rarely done, as evident by our 29-27 overall record this season. I didn't do this research. I just saw it online. It was a post that said, if you're betting Red Sox Diamondbacks tonight, hammer Ranger Suarez under 4.5 strikeouts, and then gives like 3 paragraphs as to why.
Maybe under 5 outs, for goodness sakes.
Yeah. So Ranger is facing the number 1 toughest team to strike out against lefties in baseball. Ooh. Diamondbacks are the toughest team to fan against left-handed pitching. Ranger Suarez, has just 2 strikeouts in 22 at-bats against guys in the lineup in his career.
Mm-hmm.
And on top of that, he is striking out 7 out of 54 batters, or he's only struck out 7 out of 54 batters over his last 3 games. So he's coming in bad K form. They're coming in top quality K form against lefties.
Well, he's coming in bad form, period. He's averaging just over 3 innings per outing in his last 5.
19 1/3 total innings pitched over his last 5 outings since the beginning of July.
No wonder some of the relievers are going on the IL. Overworked.
We can bet on him, I think, not to win tonight's game because the guy doesn't factor into a decision. Of course, then we do that. And the Red Sox,
still 4-3?
He's still 4-3.
Oh my gosh.
He's been sitting there.
Wow.
He's had 2 decisions in the last 2.5 months, both victories, but those came like 6 weeks ago at this point. That's a risky one, though, because if we bet on him not to win, that's when the Red Sox plate like 5 in the first inning off Merrill Kelly, and then he limps his way to 5 innings off 80 pitches.
Kelly's numbers.
Not good.
Ooh, wow.
Not good. ERA up there, north of 5. Yeah, so I say
like
Suarez
the,
tonight,
strikeouts.
we go under.
Yeah.
Taking the under 4.5, minus 105.
All right, there we go. Our Red Sox prop for tonight. Again, Red Sox baseball coming your way here on Maine Sports Leader. 6:10, the pregame show. They will be giddy. Both the Red Sox win last night. First pitch at 7:10. Red Sox 9 games over 500, 67-58. Diamondbacks 66-60 in the NL West. They're in the postseason picture.
Yeah, they're right on
motivated.
That third wild card chase.
They're motivated. All right, what time we got here, Mark?
We got 5:35. We got a break in the Sports Center in front of us.
Okay. I do want to hear from Torey Lovullo, former Red Sox bench coach,
as to what the heck is going on in their dugout.
And unbelievable. This is his 10th year as the Diamondbacks manager.
He's been there since he was the interim for Farrell when he left during. Well, he got the job because of the job he did with the Red Sox when he took over
as an interim
when Farrell left to get treatment.
So, All right, let's hear from Torey Lovullo here talking about the missing in action status of his third baseman last night. All right, that's never a good state of things when the manager doesn't know what city,
doesn't know the location of one of his
starting players is.
And let's not forget, Red Sox fans, this is a guy who I wanted them to trade for all offseason. I wanted them to
pop.
Yeah, go get that bat. Middle infielder, second base. Not having the greatest season this year, but still hitting 240s with 20-plus homers and mid-60 RBI. I mean, I'd take that power production in the middle of the lineup, but they might have avoided some other headaches there that he brings to the table.
All right, we got a break coming up, and on the other side, a Sports Center and a weather forecast, and more discussion here on The Drive. Do want to tell you about Uno Pizzeria and Grill. Big news from Uno's at 725 Stillwater Avenue in Bangor. The new Pizza Pass is just $99 per person, September 5th through November 13th. Enjoy all-you-can-eat deep dish pizza plus house or Caesar salad. Passes go on sale August 20th, but hurry. They will sell out. Sign up at mypizzapass.com. That's mypizzapass for the $99 Pizza Pass, and you can use your pass daily.
Yeah. You're not finding 2 months worth of groceries for $99 like Ernie and I said yesterday.
That's
even 2 months worth 2 months worth of salad for $99 isn't that bad a deal. Throw in all you can eat deep dish on top of it.
Wow. That seems crazy.
Yeah.
But
just stop by once a day.
It's so
Grab
crazy.
Your deep dish.
I believe they will sell out. The Drive brought to you by Novus Auto Glass. Call Novus Auto Glass today at 945-6688 to get your windshield repaired or replaced. We will step aside. Again, Sports Center weather forecast on the other side. There you go. Celtics majority owner Bill Chisholm right there after a bumpy offseason. Talking about the future of the Boston Celtics. He is ready and raring to do whatever it takes to raise more banners at the TD Garden.
I always love when people's actions and their words say two entirely different things.
One's going this way and the other's going that way.
And I mean, I get it. We all get it. The Celtics were...
Gotta say that.
They were in a pretty untenable situation financially moving forward with Wick just signing everybody to extensions because he knew that he didn't really have to worry about it in the long run. It was going to be someone else's issue, and the family was going to cash out and take their billions of dollars with it. But you just can't tell me how financially motivated you are and how willing you are to spend when you trade Jaylen Brown away for the sole purpose of saving money in the long run and resetting your books.
Yeah, and I don't want to hear...
You can't square those circles.
Right. No, you're not doing everything you can to win if you're trading him, and not only trading him, but trading him to now probably the
team you just helped lift up as the favorite in the Eastern Conference.
Right. The Philadelphia 76ers, longtime rival of the Boston Celtics, of course. And, Jaylen Brown now a Sixer along with LeBron. And, I mean, if they stay healthy and if they manage, they'll manage LeBron's time. They'll probably manage Embiid's time, of course, and they'll probably manage Jaylen's time. But then they've got Maxey and Edgecombe. I mean...
They got some horses to play with there. They got some pieces,
tough.
Some tools to go the distance with. So
they're doing
everything
to win.
You can. Yes, yeah. Mike Gansey, their new head of basketball operations out there, he was the guy who finished second to LeBron in the Mr. Ohio basketball, their senior seasons of high school. So he already had a little bit of a relationship there, but he was on a Phillies broadcast recently saying, if we didn't get Jaylen Brown, we don't have LeBron. It's as simple as that.
And you mentioned it during the Sports Center. Interesting situation where, there with the Lakers, as Jeannie Buss.
Always some sort of drama or contentious times between those Buss siblings. That's a weird situation with the Lakers because it's now seeming like Mark Walter, who bought them last October for $10 billion, also owns a stake in the Dodgers, also owns a stake in Chelsea in the Premier League in England. He's being investigated by the SEC for some business dealings, and it seems like he's offloading assets in a hurry to get compliant, to be able to absorb tax fees coming his way and penalties coming his way. So that's kind of what's driving the background of this sale. Meanwhile, you have the Buss family fighting over not the entire sale, which I think is how people kind of view it. Oh, the Busses own the Lakers. The siblings are trying to vote to sell the team. Jeannie is trying to stop that vote to hang on to it. This is only over a 17.8% chunk of the team moving forward. But with that, she gets to be the controlling governor of the team because there's an NBA rule that you must own 15% of the team in order to be the controlling governor. That's why the Celtics have that kind of odd setup right now with Wick, where he's continuing on as an owner for a couple of years through like 27 or 28 to oversee the transition as the team's governor before he has to then give back his whatever percentage to fall underneath that 15% threshold.
And finally, before we hit a break here, good for the PGA. They stuck to their guns, and Live Golf will die after this week.
Yeah.
I mean, it's on life support now, but it's going to die officially.
It's on life support. It kind of sounds like the life support has been unplugged, and you're just waiting for the league to expire at this point if we're continuing with that
so they
analogy.
Canceled an event in Michigan,
which was their season finale. The next event was supposed to be their season finale in Michigan. They've wiped that one off the board along with the concerts with it. They're now saying that this event or whatever the next one on the schedule is in Indianapolis will serve as the de facto finale. The GM or whatever he is that runs the league, CEO basically, says that they have funding moving forward. I can't imagine they do because everyone who's involved with the league is trying desperately to get out of it. That's where these rumors about John Rahm came from. Now, the PGA has since come out today and said there are no conversations happening between us and John Rahm, that these are all Rahm's camp trying to leak it out there, trying to grease the skids and get him back.
Good for them.
He's so desperate that, according to the report, he would be willing to pay a $25 million fine to the PGA just to return to play there. There was also, in that report that we now know is not real, he would have had to pay his way into signature events. He doesn't have any sort of sponsor exemptions. He will return at some point because of his standing in the game of golf and how good he is as one of the 5 best out there currently. But they're going to make him, they're going to make an example out of him, where Brooks Koepka paid $5 million, but basically gave an open apology and said, yeah, I took the money, but my heart was always here. They're going to make Rahm, who has fought them and the DP World Tour and the other governing bodies of the sport, they're going to say, all right, give us back that, quarter, $100 million and whatever else you want. Right. That being said, that's just... Now,
did he get paid $350 million?
He got paid $350 million, and he made $24 million in winnings over there. So he basically just has to give the PGA Tour his winnings back if that's what they negotiate out.
Right. Wow. Yeah, I mean, everybody was... I remember some people on this show were just rocking and rolling with Live Golf, but...
Yeah, it never got me, and I mean,
they must draw flies to these things.
Yeah, that's the issue, that nobody goes, nobody watches it.
Nobody cares.
Nobody cares. They burn through the seed money
even though they get great players. Some.
They had a handful. They had a clutch of good players and other people who are beyond their prime.
Yeah. All right. Well, good news in my book there, Live Golf. So we'll see. I mean, if it sounds like the GM or the whatever CEO,
they were dead the minute that the Saudi PIF pulled their funding.
Yeah,
because that was the only thing keeping them alive.
All right, we will take a break here. We'll come back with buzzer beaters. All right, don't forget tomorrow morning on the Morning Roast with Greg, Tyler, and Marcus. They'll be joined by Tim Throckmorton. And they'll also have the final pair of tickets to the Zach Top contest. That'll be 5 pairs we've given away this week on the Morning Roast and on the Drive. And the Red Sox ticket sweepstakes presented by Dunnett's Appliance and Service will also continue tomorrow morning on the Drive. Tomorrow morning on the Roast. No Drive tomorrow afternoon. We'll be back on Thursday. Aaron and I will be at Hero Sports Grill and Entertainment Center. Mark here in the Greenway Equipment Studios. We've got Red Sox baseball coming up very shortly here, 6:10, the pregame show. And congrats to Joe from Dexter, a winner of those Zach Top tickets here on the Drive today.
Heading to the waterfront.
Looking forward to that experience as Joe, and thanks to Chris Cameron from the Sea Dogs who joined us to talk about Roman Anthony night. And
Roman Empire rolling back through. How out of control is sports betting in this country? Premier League futures went on went up back in late May. Little League World Series futures went live Sunday. Chelsea is the favorite to win the Premier League. California is the favorite to win the U.S. bracket of the Little League World Series. And there are more bets on California than Chelsea currently. That's sick. That's disgusting.
That is sad state of affairs. Have a good night.